Hello and welcome. We are Bleeding Tree Gaming. I'm Amy, aka Warp Fiend, and I'm joined by
The Nap
Hi.
Goblin.
Yeah, and I'm the Autumn Witch.
Hello. So in this one, we're just going to have a quick talk about all of the 40k and Horus Heresy reveals from Nova. Now, there's a bunch of stuff here. We're not going to get to the Age of Sigmar and Old World stuff in this episode. We're going to cover that on Monday, so look out for that one. But yeah, let's see. What was everyone's thoughts on the 40k and Heresy stuff?
I have thoughts. They are.
Tony has thoughts.
They are mixed. I mean,
I'm surprised there were no Tyranids.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they did show the Tyranids off early because they surprisingly won that.
Well, surely
event.
they could have come up with more.
I'm sure there will be more. So yeah, we'll jump into it and we'll find out Autumn Witch's hot takes as we go along.
Being a resident Space Marine nerd.
Let's start off with the Assault Marines. Now, I've just started them off on here. Now, we've obviously got all these different poses.
They are Assault Intercessors and not Assault Marines, as I'm sure Autumn Witch will inform us.
Yep. It looks like they've pretty much just taken the files of the Assault Intercessor kit and stuck a jump pack on the back and some tactical rocks on the feet. They look good. I think it would probably have been more cost effective to just release an upgrade kit for the actual Assault Intercessor kit itself.
That's true.
It's literally a change of backpack. There's really not much there that you don't get in that kit. But
maybe it is just an upgrade kit.
That would be, if it is, that would be really cool.
Now we see the backpack in more detail here.
Yeah,
it's very reminiscent of some of the newer ones with the kind of gravity fin things.
Yeah, it looks a lot like the one that Kavan Shrike comes with. He was the big preview of the Primaris jump pack look.
So yeah, this one I've jumped to now is the jump pack captain.
He looks decent.
And he seems to have some options on him at least. I was really taken by this one, just seeing it in red. The idea of a Blood Angels jump pack captain is always appealing.
Oh, definitely. And with the hand flamer as well, that's a nifty thing. It's got a 12-inch range in the new edition.
Yeah.
But it's only strength 3, so yeah.
Well, I did notice there is no Thunderhammer and Storm Shield option for this guy, which is the old Smash Captain.
Well, they haven't shown one, but I mean, I suppose it shouldn't be too difficult. You just need to buy the Blade Guard kit and the Vanguard Veterans kit. Oh no, the Assault Intercessor kits. So you only need to spend like 60 quid to get him a Thunderhammer and Storm Shield.
Yeah.
Smash Captain returns.
Although I would argue in this edition that the Power Fist is better than the Thunderhammer.
It certainly looks cool in that pose. Yeah, I'm pretty fond of that.
Yeah, it is. That is a pretty cool mini.
Right, should we have a look at the Scouts next? Now, Tammy, you are known for playing lots of Scouts in your Ultramarines, and they've particularly tripped me up in the past. So,
well, that's because I painted them with really good camo, and you kept losing track of where they were on the table.
Yes.
I don't know if that's me being gamey or anything, but...
So this is what I'm used to seeing them in the blue armor, as they just poke out over buildings and snipe at me.
Yeah.
Mustache.
I mean, for the most part, I like them. I think they're a great upgrade. However, the heads, they're still, I don't know what it is. Ever since Primaris came out, all Space Marine heads seem to be based around the Raoul Moat aesthetic. With just the meat head with the mohawk.
There's a lot more mohawks these days.
Yeah,
but
it's supposed to match the helmets or something.
I have no idea. Like that's why they have the little like lump stuck up bit on the helmet just to hide their little mohawk. This guy, yeah, he's also got like the Amish beard and the mustache.
Mustache!
Peter really likes the mustache.
No, I really don't.
You really
It's
don't.
sort of like a Jim McDonald from Coronation Street
It's
vibe.
like that thing with the guy and he goes swimming and he keeps freaking out because he keeps finding tiles on the bottom of the swimming pool that aren't aligned.
It
That's
is very
you, isn't it,
strange.
Pete? That's you that dives into the swimming pool and gets upset because the tiles aren't aligned.
Well, let's move on from the mustache to
Please. I
More,
can still see it. It's in my dreams.
more moat hawks. That's what I'm going to call them now. The Raoul Moat look is a moat hawk.
yes. So you can see the new scouts have got plenty of little options. They've got
Yeah,
some new
they've got
grapple
the,
guns,
Yeah,
heavy bolter,
They finally have a plastic rifle.
old school style missile launcher.
yep. It's exactly the same as the one that was in the that came in the plastic snipers kit. So I like that they've been more sort of faithful to the look of the scouts. They've just scaled them up. The weapon loadouts are pretty much the same, except they've now got the grapple guns, that the Reavers.
Yeah, those grapple guns are cool, and they do seem to work well with scouts.
Yeah, it's essentially a jump pack without the deep strike option.
Yeah. On the other hand, even more reason to not use Reavers for anything.
Yeah. Unless you want to convert them into something good.
Like
Yeah.
scouts? Like scouts? Could you start swapping Reaver and scout parts and turn your old Reaver screws into scouts?
You could technically. I'm sure people have already proxied them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the feeling that although they're not saying it directly that this is a refresh of the scouts, they're going to say, oh, they're Primaris or they're in scale with Primaris, but I get the impression that the rules won't be too dissimilar from
they're not going to change them up a whole bunch. They don't really need to.
It'd be fun to see if the Wolf Scouts are a kill team upgrade.
Yeah, I mean these guys, all you'd really need is grab a box of blood claws, and you're going to have plenty of Space Wolf heads anyway. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, moving on. Next, it's the Terminators.
I am a little on the Terminators as a whole.
It's a nice design. They are such like lovely scale models with the level of detail they've done now, and I would like to paint some of them.
Yeah, but the models themselves don't look as the previous ones. They had more like dynamic posing, legs a little further apart, weapons actually sort of aimed, whereas for a lot of these, they seem to be striding along without either their bolter raised or their fist up.
I think, to be fair to GW, like, people want cool dynamic poses and they want like multi-pose crazy options in their kits, and they can't do both at once. Like, there physically is not the proper tooling to do that, so they offer like the what's it like, push fit one that's got the dynamic poses, and then you can get the multi-part kit which has more options on it because like it allows for more options.
Yeah, but I get the feeling that this kit is not going to be too dissimilar to the push fit one, and that the torsos are a part of the legs, which kind of losing that little bit of movement in the waist. I think it takes a lot away from posability. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to buy this kit. I won't be building the assault cannon guy's Amish beard face, because that looks just bizarre, like he's just going to build a barn at you.
Oh, well, it's like the bottom of the helmet. They've taken the top bit off, but
I know, but it looks
weird.
like a chin strap beard.
But
so I don't like the mustache, and you don't like the chin strap.
Yeah. Now, I'm probably going to buy this kit, and I will convert it as I do with pretty much everything. I think the Cyclone missile launcher looks cool.
That is a redesign of the standard Space Marine Cyclone, isn't it?
It is
quite different.
It is, but it looks cool. You can tell it's the same design lineage.
Oh,
what I don't like is you look at that heavy flamer and they've put a shield on it, which is absolutely ridiculous. And we'll see it later with the with one of the other units as well. That putting these shields on the front of heavy weapons. Now I'm all for health and safety in the workplace, but it just looks like a bit too busy.
Right.
40k.
I can see that. I mean, you can see like the reasons for having one to protect backdraft, to stop it, to protect the fuel tank and that.
For 35 years, heavy flamers haven't needed it. It's almost like
there is all that. It looks always
Primaris don't know how to squirt.
Yeah. Anyway, let's have a look at the chaplain.
It hurts my eyes.
Yay!
This chaplain.
His armor has ribs now.
This
that's cool.
Looks. First off, where's the icon on top of his armor? He's supposed to have one. Chaplains either have icons or banners.
Yeah.
This guy looks like he's just completely missing like the top quarter of the model. And the face. Now I've seen another variant of the face. There's different options, but they've kind of gone for like a Reaver style helmet, which Reavers are, but there's also a different Crozius, which would be handy for customizing like another chaplain. There's like 2 Crozius heads. There's the one shown here, and there's one that's like a 4-way type deal. And also, I like that they've given chaplains the option of a relic shield. I won't be buying this guy, but I will be converting another Terminator chaplain or something with
Fair
a
enough.
relic shield. But this model, it just no.
I mean, to be fair, we haven't heard if there's any options. There may be, but it does seem like it needs the relic, the thing on the back.
It does, and the way that it's posed here, it doesn't look like he's like leading with either weapon, and the dude's a chaplain. He should either be staring down the sights of his Stormbolter, or the Crozius looks like it's about to swing. Here it just looks like he's like power walking.
I guess he's kind of pointing the Crozius, but I guess like the redesign of the Terminator armor to make it work a bit more in realism kind of limits the movement.
I mean, straighten that left arm a bit, tilt the hand down a little bit more, and you've got a fantastic classic chaplain gesture, which most of the chaplains from 2nd edition onwards have had. And I think that would be cool. It doesn't even have to be raised or anything, just like pointing forward, or straighten the arm with a Stormbolter, and he can be aiming with it and giving out some
I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to convert any pose you want with it, but
as it is in box, it doesn't inspire me to want to rush out and buy it.
Fair enough. So,
which I normally do with Space Marines, to be fair. So
okay, yeah.
And Captain Chinstrap.
Yeah, the captain.
I like him.
Second captain we've got today.
What about second captain?
Wait till we get to third captain. I can see what you mean about the chin strap. It's kind of cool. I really, really like the cybernetics on this one, though, and I really like how they've painted them. It looks very cartoony.
I mean, I think if they painted the chin strap blue, that would look a hell of a lot better. But they seem to be bringing in a lot of white on Ultramarine captains now. Excuse me.
That is a chunky sword compared to the other ones.
I'd say it's. I mean, because I when I converted my Terminator captain from the Leviathan set, I gave him a spear, so I removed the sword.
Yeah.
And I put that on my Deathwing Strike Master. So I've been like, up close and personal with that sword design, and it's really good. I'd say it's about the same size, scale-wise. I mean, I know it's got more options, like more head options, different weapon options and stuff, which is cool. But the model itself, I wouldn't say that it surpasses the Push Fit one. The Push Fit one looks really, really good, and so does this. But if it were a choice of picking up the Push Fit one or picking up that one, I'd have to go with whatever was cheapest, really.
Yeah, so this one, like, obviously has got a lot of options with it. You can see there's, like, a bit of dynamism in the way the hands are. It's certainly more than, like, the old Chaos Space Marine Terminator kit that we used to have for years and years.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's got, like, power fists, combi weapons.
I mean, I don't know, is there a relic shield in there? Because that's a good option. It's interesting that he's carrying like a regular scale combi melter.
Yeah, I would have
normally
thought...
Terminator combi weapons like bolted side by side.
Yeah, that did stand out to me. It's weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't say there's a relic shield. It just says combi weapon, Stormbolter, relic sword, and relic fist. So
yeah, in the index it says relic shield. So I suppose if you want to give him a relic shield, you're going to have to buy the chaplain as well. It's almost like they want your money.
Okay, so last up, we've got this page of the 40k stuff. And this is obviously the Codex Space Marines, which we all knew was coming. And some interesting information about that. I don't know if you have any particular thoughts on what you've done so far.
I do. Talking about detachment options, that there's 7 detachments that Space Marines can take. Now, I'm assuming that those 7 do not include the non-compliant chapters like your Grey Knights and your Death Watch, Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Space Wolves, Black Templars. That these are 7 new ones. So obviously the Gladius Strike Force is going to be part of it. Obviously that's the one that everyone's using at the moment. But they talk about
the Stormlance Task Force.
Stormlance Task Force and
the first
that's going to go very nicely with the with one of my current armies.
Right.
Getting those White Scars on the table, but also there is the First Company Task Force, which I think would work really nicely. I mean, because I've got a lot of veterans from my Ultramarines, and I've got like a whole Deathwing army, so those detachments seem quite...
Oh yeah, the all veteran army's always been a fun one to wield in Space Marines, even if it's not been fun to play, at least fun to own.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing how that is, because obviously these, from as it stands at the moment, if you play one of the non-compliant chapters, you don't have to use their specific detachment rules. You can go back to the Oath of Moment one, which is the general...
Right, okay.
The Gladius Task Force. So I'm assuming that those rules can also be taken... Because they talk about how flexible it is to any army, that you don't have to have an army of a specific chapter in order to use these detachments. So, if you wanted to do like a Ultramarine Bike Force or a, for some reason, like a White Scars, like Imperial Fist style heavy weapons force, you can. Even if it would be cannon breaking and some people would get very salty. But it's the rules that I'm really interested in. But these models, let's get onto them because they do look pretty cool.
Yep, we have the Company Heroes set. And so you've got a Space Marine Captain, which I assume is this middle one here.
Yep.
You've got the Ancient, obviously, with the banner.
I do like his cloak.
You have, I assume this guy with the sword is the Company Champion.
Yeah.
And
finally.
Veterans.
Those veterans, the one with the bolt rifle and the bionic arm looks really cool.
Yeah.
The dude with the heavy bolter. Now, there's one thing on him that I really like, and there's one thing on him that I Excuse me, my throat's so. I'm choking on Games Workshop outpouring.
I like the redesigned bolter.
I hate the redesigned bolter. It's another protective shield on a weapon that the Space Marines have never needed a protective shield on before, and I think it clutters. It sort of obscures the heavy bolter itself. It obscures the design, and the heavy bolter is a design classic, and they've stuck with that design classic, but they've put like a big fuck off shield on it, and it just seems redundant. But what I do like is if you look at his collar. The left side of it is higher to add some more shielding.
Okay. Yes, I see that.
And that is a small detail that I absolutely love. But if I get this, whether it's molded on or not, I am taking the training wheels off his heavy bolter because it looks like he's a toddler learning how to DACA. As opposed to a hardened veteran. They might as well put.
It is like kind of a training rail on the front here. Yeah, I can see that.
Don't touch the barrel; it's hot. Yeah, it's like changing it up for the sake of changing it up, and sometimes that looks cool, but when you start sticking like protective shields on weapons that have never needed them before. And it kind of looks like they're doing it for the sake of doing it, and that.
Yeah, true. So
I'm not a fan, unless there's a special rule for it, and it grants.
At this point now, I really hope so.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, if it did, then that would work. But just putting it on for the sake of putting it on, just nah.
Yeah.
The company champion was a event mini a while ago, like a year or two ago.
Is that
so
the same
now
as the
there's
event?
a real model.
It's not the same model. It's not the same model.
Okay.
It is a different model, yeah. But people were angry because the event mini couldn't be used in proper games since there was no such thing as a Primaris company champion.
Yeah. And then the champion got rules in the index. So but nobody could buy it because it was an event mini. So everyone that bought it couldn't play it, and now anyone that wants to play it can't buy it, and they can only get
But the people who bought it can play it.
They can, but I can't imagine that's a lot of people. Also, I was
made it a problem before now, would it?
Also, I was going to point out as well that in the Sternguard kit that came with the Leviathan box, the heavy bolter doesn't have the training wheels on it.
Yeah, that's why this one's better.
It's not better.
Oh dear. Anyway, moving on. We have the
Captain model looks pretty good. The options that he can have, you could also field him as a lefty, loofty, like and subscribe tenant if you were so inclined.
Is there?
Yeah.
I'm not clear on the differences in the iconography, so I'm surprised to hear he can be done as a lieutenant.
It's normally just a transfer or a stripe, like a set of stripes painted on his helmet if he's wearing a helmet.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of fanciness basically that you can ignore if you so choose.
Yeah.
So
now
Sternguards then.
Now the back banner is.
Show me the big swoosh.
Yep, back banner.
And also, because the current index rules.
Big swoosh.
Why not just give them the heavy flamer like Sternguard have always had? Even if they just called that a heavy flamer, the design is fine. But they
it doesn't have a shield
weapon, which I'm bloody glad about.
It is an odd redesign.
Yeah, unless it's something like, two flamers welded together, so it does like 2d6 auto hits instead of one. Whereas with a heavy flamer, it's like 1d6 auto hits, but it's strength 5.
That would be good. I see what they're trying to do. Make it look a bit more sci-fi, as if these guys have got like way more advanced weapons.
Well,
I mean, those
Primaris already have those style of flamers. This is the heavy version of whatever the Primaris intercessors have.
Yeah. Unless of course they say that it's twin linked, and then you get to reroll wounds with it, which is pretty cool. Now this combi weapon I like. I just wish combi weapons in the game were good.
Well, that's a whole other topic, and I think people have talked a lot about it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the design of it, it is the classic, and I think it's scaled up, but it's the classic combi weapon design, which I like. Which means that when I play my old Sternguard, they shouldn't look too out of place. But yeah.
So Sternguard, like obviously, it was a very important kit. I believe the original, like the firstborn version everyone loves, was designed by Darren Latham. I think
was so good. It was just the ultimate. You could buy that and a box of tactical marines and make 15 Sternguard with all the options you had, and it all looked really cool. So yeah, it was such a great kit. I'm hoping that this gets the options that has.
I hear from old Space Marine players how this is just like the gold mine kit, like that, and the Black Templars upgrades through that they used to do were. Yeah, so that's all our 40k Space Marines. Obviously, we've got these other options here.
Yep.
Shall we have a quick talk about the Horus Heresy?
Yeah, because this is where I am at my happiest with these new reveals.
Right. Well, first off, they've got the Deredeo.
Yeah, which
Pokeboy.
Nice. I'm not a massive fan of it, but it's a cool model, and if it plays well on the tabletop, then that's grand. I'm sure some conversion work could be done to my taste. I will probably end up buying one.
It is solid. Yeah. I do love I believe they've slightly redesigned the missile launcher from the Resin one again.
It looks a little more curved, but it fits. It works.
And then you've got these lovely ammo feeds. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
I'm so out of it when with Heresy, when Eddie called it the Doritos Dreadnought. I thought he meant like the tortilla chips.
Yes, yeah. They people on the live stream were referring to it as the Dorito Dreadnought. I did not know that was how you pronounced it. I'm gonna keep pronouncing it Deredeo.
Yes, because you sound really stupid if it sounded like you were calling it the Dorito Dreadnought.
Yes. Yeah. I love this as well. This is really cool. I mean, these wires would be a pain in the arse to paint, but looking very cool.
Now this is what I'm here for.
Right, here we are.
New Firstborn Marines in Mark III armor. This is my bag. I love everything from the sort of the pickle helm type heads.
Yeah, they've all got the spikes.
They've got the more dynamic posing, which I really wish they'd done with the Terminators. They look a lot more like they're in the battle itself, as opposed to sort of standing there watching everyone else. There's also a bit more weight to them that I feel.
Yeah, like the original Mark III kit. I remember that came out. Well, not the original, but the current plastic one.
I think that was the first time it's been in
Burning
plastic.
of Prospero.
Yeah,
that was great at the time, but they are a lot smaller than obviously the Mark VIs that came out.
Yeah,
and these ones seem to have not only done that, but they've slightly refined the shapes of the armor. Like I was saying in the group chat earlier, there's something about kind of like if you look at the knee pads and stuff, there's a slight bit more definition that makes it look more sci-fi and not just like this archaic fantasy suit of armor. So they've certainly done the work on refining it. There's not a huge change. It's not like a completely different armor.
I mean, they've upscaled the backpacks like they did with the Mark VI.
Yeah, I think that was a good idea.
Yeah. And they've slimmed the armor, the plates themselves a little bit, not the marine itself, but so you get more of like the undersuit coming through from the front, which I think also looks really, really cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm assuming they're going to come in a box of 20 like the Mark VI ones do, so I'll definitely be grabbing those for my firstborn White Scars. Because when I start an army, I start 2 armies.
And here's some painted in some other schemes.
I love how it looks in Ultramarine Blue. I don't think the helmet would work as well as Ultramarine, and maybe swap it out for like a Mark IV. But I think that it looks really good in Ultramarine Blue.
I really like the
head swap.
that is Blood Angels and not Thousand Suns, is it?
Is that? Is it? Oh, I thought it was Thousand Suns for some reason.
It may be. I can't really see what that icon is on the shoulder pad at all. But it looks more Blood Angels colours than Thousand Suns, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
It may very well be. Don't Thousand Suns have white weapon casings?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, then that'll be a Blood Angel.
Yeah. Right. Well then, that leaves one more thing for the Horus Heresy. Oh, there was these box sets of the battle groups as well.
Which, I will probably. Yeah.
Tempting.
I mean,
So,
I was sort of saving my like big purchase for like the old world, but because of the fact the box set is going to be like Bretonnians and Tomb Kings, I'll probably wait until they do like a high elf starter thing or something, and just grab the rule book beforehand. But yeah, I want this.
Cool.
There'll be white scars. And they'll be awesome.
Nice. Right then. Well, let's have a look at.
Sexy boy.
I did get this on the right image. We have Fulgrim.
He is huge.
He is Fulgrim.
Those wings.
What do they call it? Fulgrim transformed. Fulgrim.
Sexy edition.
Transfigured.
Yes. Transfigured, that was the word they used. Yeah, I can't see it on there now.
I am, just by looking at him and the size of him, I'd say that you wouldn't get any change out of 150 quid when that comes out.
Yes, but at the same time, I think this is a lot smaller than it looks in pictures. It's very delicate. This is not on the size scale as a 40k Demon Primarch made of plastic. This is going to be the same size as Fulgrim human, just with giant spindly wings on it. Which,
I mean, if we could work out what scale the base he was on was, it looks like it might be an 80 or 90.
Yeah, could be. I was thinking that could be just the 50 mil. Or the 60 mil. Sorry. No, wait. You know what I mean? The standard Dreadnought base. I'm completely forgetting the sizes. But yes.
The standard Dreadnought base is 60. The Primaris ones are 90.
Okay.
I believe. No, I think they're 100. Yeah, they're 100. They're 4 inches. So yeah.
Right. I didn't see on the stream if there was any shots of him next to stuff. Let me just mute that.
So something right here, hang on here for a second. Something that took me quite a while to get to work out is what those little tubes are supposed to be. They're supposed to be the vents from the power armor backpack.
Ah, yeah.
Which is really gross.
Kind of corset tied into his back thing.
With Slaanesh, they're quite
just
big on extra orifices.
That's like a real thing.
Yes, yeah.
It's flesh holes. It's Slaanesh. What do you expect? I like the.
I can't even play it now, so that's the only shot we get from the video.
The skin corsetry at the back. I mean, yes. I've seen that done up close on a real person, and they've nailed it. Well, they haven't nailed it; they've threaded it, but they've got it really spot on. I wonder how many fetish clubs they had to go to for like research.
Oh dear!
Send the new guy in and like get him to come back with his back all laced up.
Yeah, I want to say his face is absolutely stunning. And the paint job as well just adds to that. That is a work of art there. They've really captured the pretty boy Fulgrim aspect. Yeah. I love this little face I've just noticed here, which kind of mirrors the one on the Demon Prince kit.
Yeah, his lower body is vomiting up his own tail.
Yes, yes. His tail looks very much like Marathi's tail. Like they haven't really changed it up for that. They've just got, oh, we've got a giant snake lying around here. We'll just plonk something else on top. But yeah, why mess with a good design, I guess.
Yeah. Now what I'm worried about here, and it's nothing to do with this model. It's that this is the second Fulgrim model, and people are expecting Emperor's Children to get their own codex in 40k in this edition.
Yes.
And it's making me wonder if, even if we do get them, we're not going to get Demon Primarch Fulgrim. Because there's a few examples of 2 Primarchs being done, one Forge World, one 40k, but there's 2 of these. And either, I mean, they're not going to release rules for this version in 40k, because when they do eventually come out with Fulgrim in like demon form or more demon form, they're going to want people to buy that one as well. But it just kind of implies that we're not getting Emperor's Children edition.
Or it could imply they're not releasing 40k rules for this model because they expect this model to still be in service when they do the 40k release of Emperor's Children with a 40k plastic Fulgrim. Which is exactly what you're hoping for, right?
Well, yeah.
So
I love this model, but I
can't see GW releasing like a Demon Fulgrim and then a Demon Fulgrim right next to each other. It seems like we're at least going to have a few more years to wait before the plastic one comes.
I know they did both versions of the Lion reasonably close together. It's what, a couple of years?
Yeah.
But that's 2 versions of the character. There's already 2 versions of Fulgrim now. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed because I love playing Emperor's Children.
I mean, this looks like a fantastic model that would certainly satisfy me in the meantime. I am resisting, but I might have to paint it.
Especially if someone should hire you to commission it.
Yes.
Commission you to hire it.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, I mean, I said to myself, this year I'm going to buy myself a Primarch. And I was thinking, probably Fulgrim. And then here comes new Fulgrim. I thought, can I really warrant £85 on a single miniature? And then they released this one, which is going to easily be about 150 quid.
Oh, God, yeah.
So, yeah. I love it, but I don't like that I love it.
Yeah. Well, wrapping it up, that's all of our thoughts on the Nova reveals for Warhammer 40k and the Horus Heresy.
The Knights and Titan battle groups for Legion.
Oh,
Nah.
Was that part of Nova? I believe that was separate.
Well, it was today. I don't remember if it was on the Nova thing. That came out
today, but we're not going to cover that. Sorry. If you want to hear about that, we could talk about that in future. Let us know in the comments. Well, thank you very much for listening, and be sure to check out Monday when we will have the Age of Sigmar and Old World reveals.
Sweet.
Speak to you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.